Gentlemen, and welcome to the Monday, March 30th, 2009 edition of Size, Eyes in the Skies. We here in Ames today experienced a fairly average day, but I think we could all agree that we could have done away with the wind. Also on tonight's broadcast, we're going to talk about a winter storm that's blasting the Dakota region and talk about flooding that's going on in North Dakota as well as in the South. Size, Eyes in the Sky starts right now.
It's Wednesday night on ISU TV. Broadcasting live from Ames, Iowa, this is Size Eyes on the Skies. ISU TV's longest running television show brings you the weather around the country, in Iowa, Ames, and beyond. The Iowa State Meteorology Department's team of forecasters keeps you ahead of the next weather system. Size Eyes on the Skies starts now.
And welcome back, and I'm being joined by Rachael Witter. And Rachael, how about today? Did you blow away? I mean,
almost.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I think,
close.
yeah, like you said earlier, everyone can agree. Who really likes the wind? I mean, it's just a menace. Like, if you're a girl, you have long hair, it's blowing everywhere. And if you're a guy wearing a hat, that could just fly right off. And I mean, really, no one likes this type of wind. It could have been a really, really nice day. It was around 56 degrees, and you didn't feel it. I mean, it felt like it was upper 40s. It was just, you know, spring is here, but it sure doesn't feel like it quite yet.
Yeah, that's the problem. I mean, it was kind of chilly over the weekend and whatnot. And it's been actually chilly for quite a while. I guess it hasn't officially felt like spring yet, although it has officially been spring for quite a while now, about a week and a half. But yeah, today, besides the wind, felt great. Honestly, it was great. Not a cloud in the sky. It was one of those really, really great days to just go outside and enjoy.
It was definitely a pleasant day. It was just the wind. I mean, it's such a menace. It's just ridiculous. But at least we're not getting the snow like the Dakotas is. I mean, they're getting their second blizzard in less than a week. That's just insane.
And even the southeast portion of Iowa saw quite a bit of snow. They were actually under winter storm warnings over the weekend, and we actually missed out on that. So that was very good.
Yeah, at least we just got a dusting. I mean,
yeah, we went ice skating on Saturday afternoon. We walked down. We saw
snow, the white
little
stuff.
Bit of flurries. So
yeah, at least we didn't get accumulation and just like that little blast of winter because you know, it's right after spring break and you want to come back to warm temperatures and like be able to, you know, play basketball after class or whatever. And you know, it's just not here yet.
Well, I guess we'll see what happens. We will talk to people later. But now we're going to go talk to Liz Suess. Now, we know the old saying, March comes in like a lamb or goes out like a lion, whatever. Now, tomorrow's the final day of March, so what is in store?
Well, we're actually expected to see a little bit of snow tomorrow mixed in with some thunderstorms tonight. So it'll be a pretty interesting next couple of days. So the pretty active weather pattern, there will be a low that goes through, but we'll probably talk about that a little bit more in detail when we get to the Iowa segment. But for now, we can take a look at the day planner. And as you can see, tonight at 9 p.m., it'll be around 49 degrees, so it'll just start to be getting lower with southeast winds around 20 to 25, so they won't quite die off yet. And then around 9 a.m. tomorrow, there's supposed to be some rain showers, maybe turning into snow showers as we get later in the day. 44 degrees, a southwest wind around 15 to 20, so there's a slight wind shift, but the winds don't die down all that much. And then around 3 p.m. tomorrow, you can see the temperatures are actually getting lower as we go throughout the day, with a temperature of around 37, with a southwest wind around 20 to 25. And there are more possible snow showers for around 3 p.m. tomorrow. So make sure you keep your hair out of your face or it will be blowing everywhere.
Hey, as long as it doesn't accumulate, I think we can all say that'll be okay. But
yeah.
You know, just keep going with it, I guess. Well, thank you for that update. For now, we're going to send it to a break, so stay tuned after these messages. And right now, we're going to send it to the wall with weather news with Rachael Witter.
All right, thanks a lot, Tyler, and we're going to push this out of the way, but we're going to talk about the snow that's happening in the Dakotas, and they're just getting pounded, one storm after the other, one last week, and the one they're seeing this week. As you can see, this is snow right here, and they were dealing with flooding earlier last week, too, so this is a big problem because it's going to be colder temperatures, they're going to get ice jams and things like that, and that's going to bring that Red River, remember that word, up a little bit further, so that's going to be quite the menace for them, and it's as a result of this low pressure system right here, which we'll see a little bit of as the week progresses, but really the big thing up there is snow. They're going to get 6 to 14 inches up there, which just really is not good for them. Not looking good at all because of the snow they got last week too, and they got 30 to 40 inches of snow last week, so that's a ton of snow if you ask me. But they're just going to see the flooding, and it's as a result of this low pressure system, and we're going to see the effects of that tomorrow, and we're actually going to look at one of the cities in South Dakota, and as you can see, this doesn't show any snow, but tomorrow they're going to get a little relief from that, but then the whole rest of the week they're going to see chances of snow, and they could get a little bit of accumulation, which is just going to be not great for them. And as you can see, the lows are 20, 19, and 23, so all below freezing, so that's going to keep that snow on the ground, which is that's just devastating up there. But we're going to look at Cleveland, Ohio, and as you can see, it looks like a pretty nice week, but really this is a little bit deceiving. They're going to get a break on Thursday and with a little bit of sun, but the whole rest of the week they're going to get rain, and they could see up to an inch of rain, which it's typical for this time of year, but I mean, they'll get that. This is a nice day Thursday, so they'll get that midweek break, and they're not going to see any snow, which is just great, and they're going to see lows over the freezing mark, 46, 41, and 44, so not a bad week for them besides the rain. And, you know, if you put on your slicker, which could be a little bit fashionable, that won't be a problem at all. So that's it for weather news, and back to you, Tyler.
Thank you very much for that update, but I think for now we're going to take it to tonight's trivia question. There it is. Now, I hope you were all paying attention during that weather news segment, because what is the name of the river that borders North Dakota and Minnesota that is currently flooding? Would it be A, Mississippi, B, Red, C, Missouri, or D, Colorado? We'll have that answer after the commercial break, but for now, we're going to send it to Matt Hoffman with the national forecast.
Thank you, Tyler. Let's take a look at what's going on across the nation. We're dealing with another system affecting the Midwest. It's going to give us a chance of some rain and even snow and blizzard type conditions for much of North and South Dakota. But off to the east, though, pretty quiet. We have an exiting system right now in Maine down into New Hampshire and close to New York City. That's going to move out of the way, though, and high pressure will be moving in, clearing you guys out for tomorrow and the next couple days before that system affecting the Midwest is going to slide on in. Now, temperatures in this area, fairly cool, 46 in Boston, 29 up in Caribou, the cold spot. A little bit warmer as you head off into Cincinnati, 59 degrees for those folks. As we head into the Midwest now, we're looking at, here's a system, the low pressure centered in Nebraska right now. The snow wrapping around the back edge of it into the Dakotas, Minot, Fargo, also down to Pierre, all being affected by this. Snow totals well above a couple of feet even in some areas. But for us right now, we're dealing with the wind out ahead of this low, but we will get into the rain and the snow as we head into tomorrow. Temperatures, though, fairly nice day today, though. Temperatures in the 50s, 65 over in Kansas City, but look at these temperatures behind the front, though. 25 in Rapid City, 28 over in Bismarck. So definitely some cold weather for what should be spring right now. It sure doesn't feel like it, but spring does exist somewhere, and that is the south. A few clouds to complain about here in Tennessee and also down into the Gulf states, but there's that front, some rain showers out ahead of it, but not a lot of moisture associated with this part of the front, however, so showers and thunderstorms will be fairly isolated in this area. Temperatures right now, there's the warm air, 74 in Dallas, 81 even in Midland as we head off to the east, 63 up in Nashville, 64 over in Atlanta. Now, as we move off west, you can see fairly quiet for most of the west, especially the southwest. They're seeing sunshine and pleasant weather for this area, but we are seeing some snow in the Intermountain West, and we also have a new system that's going to start to work its way in here for the next couple days, affecting the parts of Seattle and down into Portland. So that'll be over the next couple of days. Temperatures, however, cold up in the mountains, 33 in Billings, 40 in Salt Lake City, but fairly nice around the coast of California, 60 in San Francisco, and Los Angeles sitting at 63. So now, National Next Red Radar, you can see there's a snow band from Minnesota, parts of Duluth, over into the Dakotas, North and South Dakota, and even into Nebraska, seeing some snow, and some areas very heavy snow in this region. A few snow showers also you can see in the mountains as well, and as we look off in the east, some snow and rain showers in the Maine and New England area. Now, as we head over the next couple days, you can see a trough that's going to be moving into the area, going to bring in some colder air for the next couple days, especially for the Midwest, but we will start to warm up, however, in the east as you are encompassed with a ridge in that area, but this all will be sliding your way eventually. Now, here's our system that we're worried about. There you can see the snow into North Dakota and South Dakota. They're just getting pounded in that area, and you're going to see the rain out ahead of it, maybe even some thunderstorms along the front heading into the Mississippi and the Ohio River Valley, even some stronger storms as you can see down into parts of Georgia. But behind it, you can see around the low pressure a lot of heavier snow, and also a new system starts to move its way into the west, bringing a chance of some snow showers in these areas and some rain along the coast. Now, over the next 6 to 10 days, we're looking at above average temperatures for parts of Minnesota and North Dakota. Cooler though in the southwest. That's kind of odd for them, but we will also see above average temperatures along the Gulf Coast from Florida over into Texas. Now, precipitation above average as this frontal system works its way in, especially down here into Georgia and Mississippi. This area has been seeing a lot of rain, and we will see below average precipitation rather up into Minnesota and North Dakota. Let's head over to Tyler now.
Thank you very much, and now we're going to send it to a commercial break, so stay tuned after these messages. Why don't we take a look at tonight's trivia question and answer, where is it? There we go. What is the name of the river that borders North Dakota and Minnesota that is currently flooding right now? Well, those are your choices, and your answer is B, the Red River. That has been dominating the news this past weekend. So now we're going to send it to the wall with Liz Cease for your Iowa forecast.
Thanks, Tyler. We'll take a look at what's supposed to go on around Iowa this week, especially what's supposed to happen this weekend, as there's the Central Iowa National Weather Association Severe Storms and Doppler Radar Conference. So we'll take a look at that a bit later. As you can see, current conditions, 55 degrees, so not too bad. However, the wind is around 23 miles an hour, so that's really starting to bring the temperatures down, which is making it feel not quite as warm as it should be. And then if we take a look at some temperatures from around the state, you can see 54 in Fort Dodge, 54 in Marshalltown, 64 over in Atlantic, and 63 in Creston. So they're really starting to bring the temperatures up. As you can see, there's a warm front that's actually coming through. And here you can get an even better picture. 50 degrees up in Mason City, 54 in Storm Lake, 59 down in Des Moines, and 64 over in Council Bluffs. So you can really start to see a clear picture of that warm front. Some low temperatures for today, you can see 28 over in Dubuque, 27 in Davenport. So there's still a lot of Iowa that's below freezing. So they might have some issues with this coming weather. 26 in Cedar Rapids, 30 in Mason City, and 36 down in Des Moines. And then if we take a look at the high temperatures for today, here again you can see that warm front starting to make its way through. 60 degrees in Des Moines, 68 in Council Bluffs, 51 in Mason City, and 59 in Storm Lake. So really that warm front is pushing its way through. You can see there's a low pressure system sitting just west of Iowa, which is creating some cloudy conditions for parts of western Iowa. But as you can see, for the rest of the state, pretty blustery, as we all noticed today, but mostly sun pretty much everywhere except for down in Kirksville, which is experiencing some clouds. So if we next take a look at the forecast rainfall, you can see here's where the rain is supposed to start, up in northwest Iowa and Sioux Falls. And then if we advance the graphic, you can really see the rainfall make its way through Iowa and bring Ames around ½ an inch of rain and about 0.2 inches of rain over in Sioux Falls. And you can see the farther west it goes, the farther east it goes, the higher rain you get. So that system really starts to develop. And if we take a look at forecast snowfall, again you can see it starts in the west with about 3 inches of snow in Sioux Falls. And apparently that's the only one for that graphic. But eventually that snow is supposed to make its way into Ames, which it might possibly turn into rain. or snow. It all depends on what the temperatures are at the time. And as you can see, forecasts for tonight, there's supposed to be some thunderstorms later tonight, actually, with some southeast winds of around 15 to 20 miles an hour. So that wind isn't going to let up too much. 44 degrees, so you can start to see it cooling down a bit. If we take a look at tomorrow, as I said before, we're supposed to get a mix of rain and snow all day tomorrow, with a high of 47, so it really depends on where that temperature is at the time that the precipitation starts as to what we're actually going to be getting. And if we take a look at the extended forecast, you can see 51 tomorrow as a high, which is actually supposed to occur around just after the time that starts tomorrow, because it's supposed to drop down 29 for a low, 39 tomorrow or on Friday, and again windy with a low of 28, a high of 42 on Saturday. So there's really a chance of snow and rain again on Saturday. So the conference might get a little interesting there. 49 on Sunday with a low of 32. So the temperatures are dropping back down quite a bit. And then a high on Monday of 55 with some sunshine. So we might get a little reprieve there from all the snow and rain that we're supposed to get the rest of the week.
Well,
do you have something to say?
Justification?
No, well.
Hold together, man. Keep it together.
I'm so sorry. Actually, that's the wrong.
That's the wrong graphic he's trying to say.
I can't get it out.
We are actually, this is Monday.
I was wondering, because it started on Thursday, and I was like, maybe, but
clearly an error on our part. That is
what
okay.
actually looks like it's going to happen is we're going to see the rain and snow tomorrow, like you were saying, and we're going to cool down. And it looks like we're going to warm up, though. We're going to get a break around Thursday here. Might also see the sun, and then looks like we're going to stay pretty much cloudy, but looks pretty dry as we head out over the next couple days. And we're going to stick around 50s, maybe getting the upper 50s later on in the week. So really, we're not going to get any serious warm up. So that's kind of bad for most people. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people want to see the warm up.
I do remember that the snow and the rain is supposed to clear out by Thursday, which is another reason I was very confused by the graphic. Because I remembered specifically putting suns for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday because this conference is supposed to be pretty nice.
Yeah, it should be.
And so I think we're going to take a look at the webcam now so we can really see what this wind is doing.
Anybody blown away?
No.
As you can see, this is what's right across from the communications building, actually, and you can see the wind really blowing that plastic around.
Are there pigeons?
I don't
see any. Unfortunately not.
No. That's a shame.
It really is. Well, I think we need to wrap up tonight's broadcast. So for Liz Suess, Matt Hoffman, Rachael Witter, I'm Tyler Roney. Ames, you stay classy.